Hi, this is Mimi from Mimi's Papercrafting. Welcome back to my video. In today's video, we're going to be using up the rest of these pieces. I don't know if you remember these. This is what came in the Simple Stories album that I made that last baby album with. Okay, this is what is left over from that baby album that I did not use. I didn't use it because these were black. And then I didn't use these because I didn't need them. But I said from the beginning, we're going to make something with this. And we are. What I'm going to do is use this and some of this Botanical Gardens paper from Cartabella. I was like, I think it's Cartabella. You can tell by the paper. You can tell by the feel of the paper that it's Cartabella. So I'm going to use this and make an album. And what we're going to do is cut out a rectangle from these three pieces. We're going to back it so you can slip a photo inside. Okay, we're going to decorate it. We're going to do all the good things. These are going to have photo mats on it. Everything's going to be decorated. So that's what we're doing with these. So let's get started. I have my cutting mat here because we're going to do our best to cut straight, you guys. But we all know. I'm not the best at cutting straight. So this is, we're going to say 3/4 of an inch in is what we're going to say here, so we don't hit the holes. So 3/4 of an inch in, and then I'm going to do 3/4 of an inch in from this side so it matches. And then I guess also from the bottom. So everything's equal. All right. So now I'm just going to take, and I'm going to there it is, my line. I'm putting this at a 3/4 of an inch down here, so I know exactly where to start my line. Let me make sure everything is even. Okay. Okay, so there we go. You can see it, but I drew a line. So I'm just going to do that all the way around. I'm using the lines on my ruler to make sure everything is straight. Okay, is there something that did it on both sides? There's nothing there that it divoted down. Oh, I think there's a cut in my, there is, like there's a big chip out of my ruler. Big chip out of my ruler. Isn't that fun? And you can't get these rulers anymore. So, ain't that fun? Actually, I'm going to do the same as I've been doing so I can use my ruler. I'm going to use my ruler to its advantage. Yeah, it sucks. You can't get these rulers anymore. I tried to get one when I found out, a spare, and I couldn't get one because I would have bought another one. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is do this to the other three, and I'll be back. Okay. Everything is marked and ready to go on all three pieces. Now let's just hope I can cut them out straight. Okay, so I'm just going to use my finger blade. This is chipboard, so I'm going to try and ignore where that chip is out of my frickin' ruler and use my ruler. And just go a few times through until I get through the edge. So I get through the edge, through the paper, through the chipboard. Jeez Louise, you guys. Now this is a new blade. So there we go. We're through. Okay. And I'm just going to do that on every side. You don't need to watch me do this. This is going to take me a while. Okay, so these are done, and you might be asking yourself, what am I going to do with these? These I'm going to put in with my journal stuff because these would make really good covers. Really good covers for my journals. Okay, so this is what we have so far. We have these 3 frames, and now we're going to cut paper for the backs because we need something to hold the photo in. So my plan was, let's measure these. This is 6 3/4 by 8 1/4. So 6 3/4 by 8 1/4. And I need 3 pieces. We're going to do 8 1/4 by 6 3/4. Like so. And then it's going to get glued on the back. Like so. Did I not measure that right? You guys saw me measure that, right? Okay. So it's just going to go on the back like this and glued on 3 sides to make a little pocket so you can put the thing, you guys, the thing. So you can shove a photo, you know. So now we're going to go, it's a little bigger than 8 1/4, but not much. 8 1/4 by a little less than 6 3/4. A smidgen less. Always measure your own if you're doing a project like this. Okay. And then I need one more. Do I have another full sheet? I do. So a little more than 8 1/4. Not quite 8 3/8. And a little less than 6 3/4, and not quite 6 5/6. Okay, very precise measurements, very. Now I also want to cut photo mats for, so let's do it 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. So you can put a 4 by 6 photo. Make sure it's correct this way, huh? 6 1/4, 4 1/4. So it's another photo mat, and there were what, 4 pieces, so I need multiple photo mats. This one I can use multiple times because I'll use the stripes as well as the floral side. not 4 1/4. I bet you none of these are 4 1/4. Nope. Okay, give me a second. Okay, everything is cut. I ended up having to cut some 3.5 by 3.5 squares. But we gotta do what we gotta do. All right, so we're gonna start with these pieces here. And like I said, I'm just going to take one of these sheets and glue it down around all three sides in a U shape, you guys. But what I'm going to do is make sure I glue the whole thing, not just a thin line. We want to make sure that doesn't rip off. Nothing like that. Okay. And if anything hangs over, we will trim it after the fact. Okay. So now we can just go up here and slip a photo in between. There's a little trimming that needs to be done. I'm going to put it off to the side, and we're going to, like I said, we're going to do that after the fact. After I see pencil. I see pencil. This one was not cut straight at all. At all, you guys. And I wish I had something to kind of clean up the edges. This one is rough compared to the others. And if you wanted to cover the front, you could. I thought I would just decorate with stickers and such. Also, if I had any, and I don't, which is why it's not being done, I would put acetate down also. Okay, so I would put acetate down. I just don't have any, so I would put the acetate down first, and then cover it with the paper. But I would glue the acetate down also across the top. I just don't happen to have any. I should really get some because I do use it. I mean, I have little scraps. I don't have any big pieces. I only have little scraps. But that's what I would do if I had it. Like I said, I just don't. I'm trying to put this one aside, and then this next one right in the middle. Yep. So let me make sure. Look, there's some pencil lines. A lot of pencil lines. Boy. I didn't see any on the first one. I'll have to check. And then make sure I kind of get everything, any little stray stragglers off here from cutting. All right. Now, same thing that we've been doing this whole time. Now, if you want to do this project and you don't have something left over from an album like this, you could easily just make this out of chipboard. Easily. Okay. we have that done. Put that aside. Now we have these. And I'm going to put one there. One like that. Like that. Like that. So let's get these on, and I think I'm going to put them in the middle. Normally I would just try to find a spot different on all of them, but I'm just going to put them in the middle. Like it's a frame. So we're making other frames. See, it's framed. Okay. Turn it around and do it on the other side. Okay, so we have one of those done. Let's go to this one. Flip it over. Let's do the little squares. We're going to do it the same way, just making it look like it's framed. Sorry, it was not on camera. Okay. And then the next one. So that one, let's grab did I use this pattern already? No, I didn't. I kind of like this pattern better than, let's see what it looks like on camera. Yeah. Yep, if you want to make this and you don't have leftovers from an album like I did, you can easily use just chipboard and other papers. Just do, oh, that pink pops so good on that black. Looks so good. I don't think I cut enough paper. Did I? Yes, I did. Like I had already forgotten that I put one on the other side. How sad is that? Okay. And then this one here. And we're not going to do stripes and stripes. That would be weird. We're going to do stripes and florals. And we have, oh, I'm going to do those. I'm going to do those on the back here. I'm also going to use the existing lines to line these up. So they're going to be in a different position than the other ones that I did the 3.5 by 3.5. That's what these are. These are 3.5 by 3.5 square. But at least I know they're straight, right? Okay, let me grab what I need. Okay, so we're going to start with, I'm going to do this one in the top, on the front, because it doesn't have the cut aparts. So we're just, oh, how about if I punched out the holes? That'd be super helpful, huh? Super helpful. I'm going to punch these holes out. All right. I'm going to put them in some kind of order. In the back. And then just add rings. Now, normally you would decorate and everything, but you guys, you should know by now, if you watch me all the time, that decorating is my least favorite part. Also, I tend to leave a lot of things undecorated because a lot of times I'm not using these for myself. I'm using these as demonstrative purposes only. I don't take that many photos. And then if I want to give this to somebody, I can. And it's not decorated to my taste. Also, if I'm going to use this, end up using this for myself, I would want to decorate after I put the photos in. You don't know what kind of photo you're going to put in here. So how do you know how you're going to decorate it? So this is going undecorated because that's just life. But like I said, up here, you can slip a photo in. Okay. You could put more photos over here if you would want to. Oh, I could have swore. Oh, there's, okay, one. So one should go on the front then, right? One of these should go on the front. So we have some kind of order, correct? Okay. You could even use, let's see, would it work? Yes, you could use the inserts also from those pages if you would want to. All right, there we go. That's better. Oh, I put, whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. And there we go. That is a very quick and easy album. It took me about a half an hour. I'm at 23 minutes and I paused to cut everything out. So about a half an hour. Doesn't take long at all. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing some way to use up these pieces from albums or even just chipboard and paper that you have. Extra chipboard and paper. Like, make this album. It was quick, it was easy, and it's sturdy because it's chipboard. I think it would be a fun little album to use. Maybe I'll be able to get some pictures and use it as an album. I doubt it. Anyway. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I will see you guys in the next crafty video. Have a great rest of your day.